All right, first up for this game, South Carolina Gamecocks, and with the win, they advanced to the second round against Miami on Sunday. Joined today by head coach Dawn Staley and student athletes Bree Hall and Lily Grissett. Coach, if you would, please make an opening statement.
It was just great to get back out there and get our feet wet and play against some competition. I just want to congratulate Howard as well on getting to the tournament and getting their first win, and a first NCAA tournament win in the history of their program. And I'm sure Coach Ty will get them back, and they'll have plenty of success in the future.
With that, we'll open up for questions just for the student athletes at this time. David with the first one.
Bree, it seemed like you're getting just more and more comfortable every game, and really that's been going on since mid-season. Just how good do you feel going out there and knowing you can make an immediate impact if asked?
It feels great going out there and having the confidence from my coaches and from my teammates as well. Just going out there and just knowing that I can make an impact and just do the things I do with confidence, it just really helps, make our team better.
Raise your hand, please, if you have a question for the student athletes. Let's go over to that side of the room.
I guess, Lily, knowing where you were this time last year, how fun was it just to be out there and to be able to play today?
It was really fun being on a home court and having our fans here, family, and then just the support period. And I love playing here. This is home for us.
Let's come back to this side of the room. And Corey.
Lily, as a follow-up to that, I'm just curious, kind of take us into your mind a little bit pregame. Were there any emotions that, I know there's one more game here for you, but after Sunday, you won't get to play in this building anymore?
Honestly, I haven't thought about Sunday because today's game was today's game. But, when Sunday get here, then I'm going to feel it. It happens in a moment for some reason. It don't hit you really soon.
David.
Ladies, obviously you're up by 40 at the half, and they've only got 4 points. How easy is it to keep the focus then for the second half, knowing it's hey, probably going to win the game, but we still got a lot to work on?
Lily, you want to go first?
Just doing what we need to do, keeping our foot on the gas. Don't let nothing up because we just got to play our game, no matter what the score is.
I think there was a really big emphasis going into this game on, going out there and finishing the fourth quarter. So I think we really went into to halftime really thinking to ourselves, we got to keep this lead up. We got to keep building on this lead. We got to go out there and play hard and just, keep doing what we're doing. Because, the last recent games, we haven't been finishing the fourth quarter. So going out there and the way we finished the fourth quarter, it was really good.
Rick, do you have one?
Lily, what does it mean to have a game like this, especially coming off the disappointment in the SEC tournament, to have this dominating win to build that momentum and the confidence for the rest of the NCAA tourney?
It means a lot. Winning this game gave us more fire. This one little loss or another loss, you got to bounce back from that. And this game helped us with the energy, the mindset that we had today.
Augusta?
Bree, just for you as a freshman, coming into your first NCAA tournament at South Carolina, what's the week of prep been like? And then what was it like today, just getting out there and, the lights and everything, excitement?
Okay, so the week prep, it's been really hard. We've been having some tough practices, going at it, going really hard. I think going out there, though, it was just just go out there and play your game. I know going into these next couple games, though, is going to be a lot more pressure, and there might be, more nerves because, you never know what will happen. Of course, we want the outcome to be a W, but, I just know that it'll be a lot more pressure, and I'll probably be a little bit more nervous, but I just know that, if I go out there and stay confident, the results will happen.
Other questions? Stay on the right side of the room. Go ahead.
Lily, just seeing players like Olivia Thompson get out there and make some big shots. I know the bench was going crazy, I guess. Just talk to me a little bit about kind of how you guys feel when those things happen out there.
It felt amazing. We've been practicing hard, so for her to make that shot, that's amazing. Everybody went crazy. For anybody to make a shot, coming in, making an impact means a lot.
Got one right behind you there. Go ahead.
Hi, this is probably more for Lily and for Coach Staley, but are you guys seeing any of the changes that you're hoping to see when it comes to equity compared to this, from this tournament compared to last year? Are you seeing changes in progress that you're hoping to see?
Let's stick with the student athletes now. Lily, go ahead.
Honestly, I really haven't seen what the boys got, but what we have, I don't think is a difference. It still feels the same from last year. I seen a couple of videos when girls putting on a shirt and they lift up their arm just like right there. So it's like just having any, it's not equal. I don't think so.
Bree?
I don't really know. I haven't really seen any of the boys' stuff, to be honest. I know I saw, last year that it was a really big difference between the men's and the women's, but I really don't know if I can answer that question.
Any other questions for the student athletes in the front, Chris?
You guys were up. You held them to 8 points in the first 3 quarters. At any point, did you look up at the scoreboard and think this has to be a mistake?
Bree?
No, I kind of looked up at the scoreboard like this is what we do, and I know that this is what we should always be doing against every team.
Lily?
What Bree said. Exactly.
Any other questions for the student athletes? All right, seeing none, we'll let them go. Thank you all. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll answer the equity question. Yeah, there's a big difference. The signage, you walk around the arena, you see the visiting side of what's happening. It's a lot of signage. It's a lot of, it feels different. Like, it doesn't feel like we're at our home gym. And that's, I know it's an advantage for us, but you can't tell from walking around the building and seeing all the signage. So, it's a really good start to shedding some of the inequities that occurred prior to this tournament. And it's cool for the first year, but we got to look way down the line, 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, as many years it took for them to uncover what was happening to our tournament. So, great start. Let's just continue to, lift our tournament up, and hopefully we'll find ourselves in a revenue-producing tournament.
Is there anything you'd like to see in the immediate?
The immediate, yeah, the units, like men's basketball, they get units, and those units equal dollar signs, and I'd like for us to divvy it up like the 68 teams get divvied up once the tournament ends.
David? Right here.
Don't look at the game, they did what pretty much everybody does, try to make it a zone, really packing 5 into the paint. Did you like your team's aggression toward attacking that zone? Do you think maybe there was a little too much reliance on threes early? Or
Yeah, I mean, when a team plays as far off as they've played us, it does take a stab at your confidence and your ability to knock down shots. Our team had to find a rhythm. I don't think they took bad shots. I think they rely heavily on just taking that outside shot. And when we start working the ball around and giving our post players some looks, it really helped balance things out. I know we can't have another game, shooting wise like we did, and expect us to win basketball games. So we got to find a way to get that ball to go in the hole for us.
Gusta?
Hey, Dawn, I wanted to ask about Camilla and Rivers. I think I noticed Camilla head into the tunnel with a trainer. I wanted to ask, is she doing all right? Is she expected to miss any time? And then the same with Rivers. I didn't see her play today. Just wanted to see what was up with her.
Yeah, I don't know what about Camilla because I came straight from the locker room here. And then the Rivers is just coach's decision.
Going to Cam?
Hey, Dawn, 13 players scoring today. When you have a game like this where you can really empty the bench in the second half, how beneficial is it to get those players on the bench, really substantial minutes to start the tournament?
Yeah, I mean, it's been a tough road for some of the players that don't play a whole lot, but they come in, they practice, they're on the scout team, and they help us prepare, and a lot of times they don't get a chance to to express themselves on the basketball court and make an impact. And I thought the players that got in before them really created this, and they gave us a cushion to where we can get them out there. And I thought they played extremely well. The last 5 on the floor, shared the ball, worked inside out, and it was good for them to play extended minutes and do some good things out there for us.
Rick?
Don, you mentioned the shooting. Is there anything going on with Ncaa? She was 2 of 15 today from the field, 1 of 10 from 3. Is it a confidence thing? Is there something technical going on with her?
I don't think so. I mean, I think, Zaya likes the ball to go in, and she's going to keep shooting until she gets one to fall. I don't think it's a physical thing. When you don't hit shots, it could, play with you mentally and psychologically, but it doesn't stop her from shooting. So, and I don't want to stop her from shooting. If she's taking good shots, she puts us in a position where we rebound the basketball. So she's taking expected shots, and we ended up getting, 30 offensive rebounds. So.
Go back in front here, Corey.
Dawn, I know there's a gap in talent between your team, the one that you built, and obviously what Howard had. But for the coaching staff, what do you guys feel like are just those immediate takeaways from the defensive performance tonight, and how can you guys carry that over?
Yeah, we defend. We were pretty locked in with what we, what we prepped for. I thought we made a concerted effort to get the 50-50 balls and the loose balls. That is, something that's been on our radar for quite some time. And I thought, we won that department because when you're playing in the NCAA tournament, are you going to be able to execute? Yeah, sometimes. Probably 25% of the time, and the rest of the time is going to be broken plays. It's going to be, defenses that will defend your first and second option. And is what can you do when you have to make a play? What do you do when you have to, when there are loose balls and hustle plays? What do you do in those moments? And those are the moments when basketball games are won and lost. So we want to make sure that if we're not shooting the ball extremely well, we're getting ourselves in a position to get, a lot more possessions.
David?
I'm not sure if you did, but at least early word from the staff. Have y'all gotten a look at Miami from the early game?
Yeah, we did. We did. They're playing extremely well. They're shooting the ball well. And they got players that can knock it down from outside. They got some inside players who, who's very physical, and it's going to be a bear to deal with them down there. But for us, we got to pack our defense, and I do think hopefully we got a pretty good crowd for a 2:00 game. So I don't know when we'll play on Sunday, but I'm sure, our fans will pack the house and, apply the energy that needs to be in the building to get a win against Miami.
On the second row. Go ahead.
Hi, Dawn. A dominating performance, I guess. How do you think this sets the tone for the rest of the tournament, and what is the tone you're setting?
It was, we haven't played in a long time. I thought it was pretty good defensively. There's some things that we need to take care of, hitting some shots from an offensive standpoint. I thought we did a great job rebounding the basketball. The things that we are pretty good at, we performed at a high level. The things that we were inconsistent at, that's who we were. We got to play a little bit better offensively on Sunday in order for us to really continue on in this tournament. But, I like what we did defensively. I like what we did defensively. I like what we did in the hustle plays. And, I like the fact that we were able to play everyone.
Stay in the second row there.
Hey, John, kind of like I mentioned to Lily, obviously, last year she wasn't able to play in the tournament because she was injured. I guess what's that been like for you, seeing her this season, and how excited were you for her to get back out there today?
Yeah. With Lily, I think it's comfort in having her available to play, available to practice. What you see out there is how she's been every day that she's been able to practice with us for the last 5 years. For her to come back and to be able to participate in the NCAA tournament by actually playing, it helps her, it helps us, super excited we get to host. So, our fans get a chance to see her and send her off, hopefully the right way with getting another win.
Corey?
Dawn, every year the team's different. So I'm curious, at the beginning of every tournament run, that first game, what is it that you as the head coach try to look for and try to notice and observe maybe in the first 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes of the game, just kind of tell you where your team is from a mental standpoint going in?
I mean, obviously, our players have been together for a very long time. Like, our starters have started, probably well over 60 games at least. So I know how they're going to start the game. It may not be, shooting lights out, but the other categories, the defense, the rebounding, the loose balls, those type of things that, I look at to see where we are. And we really can't gauge from an offensive standpoint because it's just been really inconsistent, just outside shots. So, once they're fired up and locked in defensively, everything else seems to fall into place.
Any other questions for Coach Staley from the floor? Yep, go back to the right.
I know we talked about the players coming off of the bench, but could you elaborate a little bit more on Bree Hall and Ncaa Fagan, just kind of what you saw from them today?
Bree Hall and Ncaa Fagan, I think they're going to be stars. I do. I just feel like they understand what needs to take place. They just aren't experienced. So they lack some experience, but they're moving the needle in practice. Like, I know Fagan is in a precarious situation where we just got a lot of post players, but she's getting better. Like, you can see the growth in practice. And then when we put her out there, it's just hard to get her minutes, but she's working in practice, and you see in the time that she got the 10 minutes, she got 10 points and 7 rebounds and, it's a pretty assist on the kick out. And that was Fagan. And then, Bree Hall has been, our first sub off the bench because she's earned that by being coachable, by, understanding what we want, understanding her role. We just got to continue to get her some more experience. So next year, we're not starting from ground zero.
We have time for one last question. We'll go to Patrick Waring on Zoom. Patrick?
Hey, Coach. I'm Patrick Waring from the NBS Sports Hour. I know you do a lot to support other coaches, kind of look out for them and help them. Is there a message that you had for Coach Ty after the game? Anything you can share, or just with her and her program?
No, I just congratulated her, and I know that their future is super bright. I think Ty wants to do great in this profession, and this is a notch in her belt because she got the first win, being a part of the first 4, and I know that her success will definitely bring a lot of attention to other opportunities, and not that I want Howard to lose her, but when you're successful in this business, it's an attractive thing, and she's putting herself in the position to do that.
All right, thank you, Coach. See you tomorrow.
Thank you.
already announced for the game on Sunday? Okay. Yes.
He was thirsty.
All right, our final team in today is Howard University, represented by head coach Ty Grace and student athletes Ayanna Warren and Chrislyn Marsh. Coach, if you would, please make an opening statement.
First, I want to congratulate University of South Carolina and Coach Staley on the team. They did a phenomenal job. And I want to say thank you to everyone that supported us in the time that we were here and before we even got here, and just say that I'm really proud of my team and, you know, hope for a different outcome. But obviously, they did a great job, and now we move on. We made history, and we move on now.
Open it up now for questions from the student athletes. If you have a question, please raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Start right there in the second row, right in front of you. There you go.
I guess what was kind of the message in the locker room, and maybe, yeah, what was the message in the locker room?
Chrislyn, you want to start?
Yeah, I can. It was just happiness. Like, we made it this far. We're really proud of each other. We made history. And we plan on doing it again next year, being here next year. This is amazing. Being here, what we could put on for our school, we made history. Again, I have to say it because we made history, but it was okay. We were just really excited. It's okay.
Ayanna?
Like we said, it was an opportunity of a lifetime that not many people, not many teams were able to experience, because not many people get to come out and play South Carolina on their own home court. So, like Chris said, we were just happy and excited, still grateful for the opportunity, no matter the outcome.
Let's go to got a couple there in the third row. Go ahead, Chantel.
Just defensively throughout, you know, you guys, especially in the first quarter, were not giving them easy looks and giving up a whole bunch of easy baskets. What are you guys kind of able to take from what you did on the court into next season?
Ayanna, why don't you take that first?
Like we said before, our coaches, they give us a game plan, and today we truly locked in on it defensively because we know they're a much bigger team, so our coaches told us to pack the paint, and what did we do that first quarter? We did our best to pack that paint and make them beat us from the outside. So that was the plan, and we really honed in on it.
Exactly that. We just forced to execute it, and I think we did exactly that. We stuck to it. We did a really good job rotation-wise. And just like Ayanna said, we stuck to it, and we got it done.
Both of you have talked a lot about the experience this week. What's kind of your biggest takeaway from all of it, just kind of putting a bow on the whole 3 or 4 days here and before you guys head back?
Chrislyn?
I would say that we can do it. Like, anyone can do it. Anyone can make it here. It was an amazing opportunity to be able to be here, get those baskets, get those shot opportunities on the biggest stage in NCAA. It was just amazing. Great opportunity.
Ayanna?
You just want to leave no regret. Like, when you go out there, just give everything you got every single time, because you never know when that ball goes up. It might be your last time for your season. So just give everything you have every single time you step out on that court, and just embrace the moment. Don't be scared. Just embrace it all.
Other questions from the floor for the student athletes? Go ahead, Chantel.
You know, can you talk about just how y'all's experience and then the MEAC tournament as a whole, what does that say about the conference, and what do you expect from the conference next season?
Ayanna, you want to take that?
Coach Todd just said it. She said we set the standard, and there's no lowering at this point. We're only going to go up. It's only up from here. So when we get back to MEAC play, conference play, we got to keep this same level and intensity, keep this same mindset, and we plan to be back here next year.
Yeah, we're definitely going to have X's on our back next year, but that's just going to make the MEAC tournament, MEAC conference even more competitive, which just works in our favor. We're perfectly capable of being here again next year, and we're going to be ready for it.
Any other questions from the floor? If not, we have a couple on Zoom. Scott Abraham.
Hey, ladies. Scott Abraham, ABC7 in Washington, D.C. First of all, congratulations on a wonderful season. I know it was not the outcome you wanted, but when you take some time to reflect on what this group accomplished, what are you most proud of?
Our fight and our grit, because even from the beginning of the season, we've been through so much and we fought through so much. Our fight and our grit, we've never laid down for anybody and for anyone, and that showed tonight, and that just showed as we've been playing throughout the season that we just keep going. We push through everything.
Yeah, we always compete, and I'm so proud of us for making it this far.
And Patrick Warren.
How you doing? Patrick Waring from the MBS Sports Hour. My question is for Ayana. Being from the area, does that make this extra special for you? Like I said, the result today, of course, it wasn't what you were looking for, but history, making that next step, hopefully for the future, does it make it more special being from the area?
It does. You know, coming from the DMV and then being able to stay home and go to school in DC, it's always special just to put on for the city. You know, it's a dream come true. You know, I've always been a little 5'3" kid from Accokeek, Maryland. So to be on the stage like this, to put on for my city, you know, it's just a great opportunity. But all glory be to God, because I wouldn't be here without him. So I'm blessed.
All right. Thank you, student athletes. You can go back.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And we'll open up for questions for Coach Grace. If you would, please raise your hand. We'll start there in the middle back.
You had a moment with Dawn Staley there on the handshake line, kind of a hug, and then it looked like she was kind of talking to you for a few seconds. Can you kind of take us inside that moment?
It was just a moment to, say hello, just, check in and, tell each other we loved each other and good luck.
Chantel?
Coach, your players talked about how they were able to execute the game plan. Just being able to see them go out and do that against the #1 team, what's kind of the next step? Because, now they're coachable and taking the direction. So what do you need to see to get them to that next level?
Well, they've always been coachable. I mean, they've always been able to execute game plans. This isn't the first team we played that we tried to scout and take something away. So, like I told you guys early in the week, that was just something that as we prepare, we always get ready for. And they did exactly what we asked. Obviously, there were some disadvantages there in the paint with the rebounding, but we did a good job. And the next step is that we continue to get better and grow from it. Obviously, we're going to continue to try to put a standard on our defense and work on our offense, but they did a good job tonight. Making sure we try to lock in on what we were trying to take away from South Carolina.
Second row, go ahead.
As a whole, right now, it seems like there's a big or more awareness put on, or a bigger spotlight put on HBCUs right now. I guess, what does that mean to you to kind of be on this trend of getting that out there and letting people, be more aware of HBCUs?
I mean, I wouldn't like to call it a trend because we've always been the best. We've always been black excellence. So I don't see it as a trend. I see it just an opportunity to keep showing people that we're one of the best and we could do it at the highest level. And so I'm glad to be a part of that. I didn't make it, but, there's going to be people after me that's going to continue to do what we did here today. And that's all I can say is that we're here and we're going to continue to be here.
Any other questions from the floor? Go ahead, Chantel.
You got an opportunity to see, a lot of your players in this game. What did you see particularly from your younger players in terms of how they handled this moment?
They're gonna compete. They're gonna fight. They're gonna have a will to be on the floor. And I wanted to give them that opportunity to be, in that type of spotlight, so they can see what it feels like, what it looks like, so that when the opportunity comes again, they'll definitely be ready. I thought they were ready this time, but obviously they're young. It was the first time, and so to be able to step out on the floor and have, be in front of the bright lights, I think this opportunity will definitely prepare them for the next one and moving on. And then when we get here again, it'll be a different result.
Stay in the middle back.
Same question I kind of asked your two players. What's your biggest takeaway here from just this whole 4 days here, this experience playing 2 games on this floor?
First I just want to say that I'm just thankful that I had an opportunity to lead this group of young women. It's been a long time since I've been at Howard. I came to Howard in 2015, and this has always been the plan. This has always been what we saw for the vision of the program. And so to actually be here and to see your vision come to life, it's been amazing. I couldn't ask for it with a different group of people, with a different staff. I'm just very proud of these student athletes, and I'm very proud to represent Howard University.
Jeffrey?
Coach, how big is the win on Wednesday? I mean, do you take that as being a sign that this program is on the way up? Absolutely.
It was a huge win. It was an NCAA first time. We made history, so I take it for what it was, and I'm proud once again. I think that, a lot of people can look at this a different way, but we're going to look at it as it is. We won an NCAA game, which nobody in the history of Howard has done. And so for that, you can't take that away, not from the loss today or anything else, and we're going to ride that wave.
Any other questions for Coach from the floor? No, we do have one on Zoom. Scott Abraham.
Hey, Coach. Scott Abraham, ABC7. First of all, congratulations on an amazing season. I know everybody in the DMV's very proud and enjoyed the ride with you. Similar question I asked to the players. You know, when you reflect back, Coach, so many emotions, so many different layers to your season. What are you most proud of this group of women?
There was a lot of things that transpired through the season that obviously people don't see. You know, the injuries, you know, the chemistry, you know, the losses, the locker room. Like, there's a lot of things during the season. And one thing about my team, no matter what was going on, they stayed resilient. We had a lot of loss. We took a lot of L's, and it's just not on the court. And so when you're not able to see those things from the outside looking in, you just never know. You just see the product that we put out on the floor. And the product that we put on the floor was you saw a group of young women that fight, that claw, that never give up. They're second half team. And so I'm just proud of that. That's what I look back on. They were a resilient group. The season could have definitely went in a different direction. Like I said, if you know the things that, happened behind the scenes, but they didn't. They never quit. They finally decided that they were going to play for each other. They were going to play for each other, and they were going to play for what was on their jersey. And I couldn't ask for anything else from them. So I'm just extremely proud.
Harold Fisher.
Yes, Coach Harold Fisher, WHUR News in Washington. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We're all cheering for you. Talk to me a little bit about the emotions that you're feeling right now, and also drill down a little bit more about that HBCU Black excellence that you spoke about a little earlier, please.
Honestly, I wasn't sure how I was going to feel, lost when I feel calm right now, to be quite honest. I feel calm because I know what we did here. I know what we accomplished to get here. And so I feel calm. I feel proud. I can't keep repeating it enough. These student athletes have just, done some things that I'm amazed by and I'm just happy about. And to represent HBCUs, they've done it at their best, and they're going to continue to do it on their best. And when people decide about coming to a university, I hope they look at Howard and any other HBCU as the one to attend, because you can win on that level. You can win here. You can win at a HBCU. It doesn't matter. And hopefully people will realize that, and they will know that we compete just as well as anybody else in the country.
Thank you, Coach.
And seeing no other hands, Coach, I think that's it. So congratulations on a great season.
Thank
Stay
you.
proud of us.
Thank you very much.
Once again, a recording of all the press conferences are available on the NCAA Digital Media Hub at www.ncaaveritone.com, and transcripts are provided by ASAP and will be posted shortly. That can be tossed. No. Appreciate it. crossed me up the one time.
Tomorrow?
I'll be back tomorrow. Yep. Yeah, I got the rest of them. Yep, I'll be here. It was like 1:30, something like that tomorrow.
Something like that, I'm not quite sure.
Yeah, I'd have to look it up again.
No, ours is, our call is noon. I don't think that's noon. I can try for you right now. $125 is the first
One,
conference.
145?
25.
35?
20.
20.
Yes.
When's the second one? Is it closer to being right after?
So it's 125 to 2 for South Carolina, and then 215 to 250.
Okay, good. So
for-
there's not a huge break
yeah,
between like
15
there
minute
was.
gap, yeah.
And yesterday was long, just with the
Oh, yeah,
hour
it was
and
an
15
hour
minutes or whatever
each
it was
one.
between. We'll roll through the two tomorrow and knock them out.
Yeah.